Every single day that I scroll, I see the same post, the same jokes, the same quotes, the same moral posturing, the same hot takes. And okay, I'm not talking about simple reposting where the original poster is mentioned or the person reposting says something like, I heard a quote that said ... That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is not taking a quote and reinterpreting it. I'm talking about straight up thievery. This is content farming, where people will literally repost or speak a quote and pretend like it was their original thought, word for word. And you can't get mad at AI when your favorite creator's intelligence is also artificial. When most people hear content farming, they may think it just means posting a lot, but that's not it. Content farming is the industrialization of expression. It's the mass production of memes, quotes, viral phrases, rage bait, borrowed opinions, used due to said content performing well when the original creator posted it. So they are replanted again and again and again, just like monocrops. And I could put this in herbal terms. Traditional herbalism is slow. It's observational and intimate. You study the soil, the season, the plant's temperament, what it actually does in the body, and what it does in your body. You don't rush it or clone it endlessly or strip it of context. Industrial agriculture, on the other hand, it prioritizes yield over nutrition, uniformity over vitality, speed over wisdom. It doesn't wonder, is this good? But rather, does this scale? And social media has turned into a corporate farm that runs on industrial agriculture logic. And the memes and quotes, well, they are GMO thoughts. So why do people keep reposting the same things? It's not just laziness or a desire for monetization. People also want validation without vulnerability. They want voice without responsibility. And they want identity without authorship. But the way social media has evolved is also the problem, and the way I see it, the algorithm and the way it constantly changes, especially on platforms like Instagram, it keeps people who see social media as the money-making opportunity that it is, it keeps them chasing engagement. So if that means recycling a quote we have all seen a handful of times as if it is their own, then so be it. And this didn't start with Facebook or MySpace. It started with industrial revolutions. The first industrial revolution was about mechanized labor, where humans became extensions of machines. The second was about mass production, where uniformity became virtue. The third was about information technology, where speed replaced depth. The fourth, which is now, includes attention economy, where humans are the product and now your thoughts are measured. Your emotions are tracked and your worth is quantified. Hardly anyone, it seems, is really speaking anymore. Many people are performing for harvest. In industrial media systems, originality doesn't belong to people anymore. It belongs to formats. Once a video proves it can generate millions of views, it stops being a story and becomes a validated asset, a reusable mold, and a profitable shape. So the system does what industrial systems always do. It replicates. And on the content farm, it's the same topics, but on purpose. The same thumbnails, the same rage bait. Even the way some podcasters use the same group of people, such as Black women, to go after and constantly attack. The algorithm doesn't reward thinking or wisdom, it rewards execution and engagement. Mainstream media recycles the same stories and scripts. A lot of us know that by now. So many people turn to social media to witness independent journalists show the real world. But what good is an independent journalist who just covers the same story or goes on location to the same place that countless others have already covered and been to? Instead of one newsroom shaping the narrative, you now have thousands of creators shaped by the same incentives. Retention, engagement, shock, and familiarity. So different people with different personalities end up telling the same story in the same way, oftentimes to the same audience. On these types of channels, you see the same communities filmed, the same extreme environments, the same spokespeople interviewed, the same wounds reopened for content. It creates the illusion of diversity while recycling the same voices over and over again. This is content that simps for the algorithm when it is replicated constantly, often at the expense of the viewer. Its main goal is what will hold attention in order to appease the algorithm master. And that is how minds are molded in the modern age, through convergence. Now, validation is its own drug. So people will steal language, they'll recycle ideas, they'll flatten truth, they'll abandon integrity. All of that just to stay visible and be fed. Originality and a real word gets pushed to the outer edges of the internet. Social media is a system. And in the systems of the world, critical thinking, the willingness to be misunderstood, originality, and courage, they're punished. So the wheel that churns the algorithm gets replicated instead. And it does make sense. There's money to be made here. Regular jobs aren't paying well. And social media seems an easy place to make a decent amount of money. And the fastest way to the top here isn't by starting your own farm or sowing your own seeds. It's through mass production and GMO post. But one day soon, even now really, people are going to grow tired of the fake, overly processed content that they are being fed. And those who don't get tired of it, they'll keep consuming it. And they'll end up intellectually just how those who consume fake, overly processed food end up physically. They'll end up with brain on rot.